Let's see how this turns. She does push a little bit. Yeah, she does push a little bit. It's a little harder than it should have, but she does push. But that's basically normal undershow that's kind of put into this truck. So obviously you can probably... Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to Peter's Autovlog. Today, we're going to do a brief review and test drive of this 2025 Ford Maverick Lobo. Now, I'm very excited, guys, to bring you this video here to drive this sport version in the new model for the Ford Maverick for 2025. But before we go on, guys, want to give a big shout out to Bartow Ford, who's right behind this truck there. Want to give a big shout out to them for allowing me to get behind the wheel of this Maverick Lobo, which basically just got off the truck. Big thank you to my friend Tim, and I'm going to put all their information and a link to their website in the description below. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, here we have this 2025 Ford Maverick Lobo. Now, this is, of course, a sport version of the Ford Maverick and a new model for 2025. Now, obviously, there's many different variations of the Ford Maverick, but this is basically the more sport-tuned version they ever done, a brand new model for this year. We got a lower suspension, we got a turbocharged 4-cylinder engine, and basically all-wheel drive with its twin clutch rear differential to give you good power when you're doing basically some performance driving. Now, for 2025, guys, the Ford Maverick did receive a mid-cycle refresh. As you can see, guys, we got different lighting in the front, different design. Of course, we got a different grille for this Lobo tuned or Lobo version. We also got, of course, a little bit of redesigned interior and a bit of slight redesign for the rear taillights. But awesome, a good looking truck overall. As you can see, guys, basically this is the only way the Mavericks come with a 4-foot bed, 4 doors, or a little bit of a crew cab. And of course, this special tuned Lobo here comes with the 19-inch wheels. Just checking out this truck. Now, if you guys want to check out a little bit of different variations of the Ford Maverick, I've done already 2 videos on the 2025 Mavericks, a trimmer version in XLT. Those videos will definitely show you more of what has changed for the 2025 Ford Mavericks. So if you want to browse my channel, or I'm going to put those videos up in the bottom of the description for you guys if you want to check those out. So in this video, we're only going to focus on basically what's special about this Ford Maverick Lobo. Now, we'll start up here, guys, here in the very front. As you can see, we got the brand new grille for this new Lobo. This is kind of a sport tuned grille. We got the blacked out 4 badge with a front camera there as well. So we got a 360-degree camera here. But of course, we got the redesigned kind of C-shaped headlights with LED headlights. We got LED fog lights here in the bottom as well. Kind of the different sport grille here for this, or front bumper for this Ford Maverick Lobo. We got, of course, some AC engines here. As you can see, there are some air ducts here. As you can see, they're coming in. I believe those can also close as well. So a really nice sport theme here. Now, this truck here that we have with us here is finished off in a shadow black color, which looks fantastic. I do apologize if it's a little bit dusty. It's been raining here, and it's quite a bit. We got some of that pollen here in Florida. Now, coming here on the side, we got the 19-inch wheels. Now, this is a little bit different wheels because usually these trucks come with the aero disc, a very similar kind of a rally-styled wheel that comes from Ford rallying cars in Europe. Obviously, the parts for that, but this is kind of a different wheel package. Guys, I'll put a picture of that wheel up on the screen for you guys. But this is kind of a different wheel package. You can see that really nice wheel, though. It's all finished up in gloss black. We got 225mm Goodyear Territory, kind of all-season performance tire, if I'm correct on this one. It's really good. It's a good, sharp-looking wheel and tire package. And as I mentioned before, this truck is lowered about a ½ inch in the front, about a full inch in the rear. We got sport tuned shocks and springs on this truck, especially tuned for performance. So that's an awesome thing to have. We have here your Ford Lobo logo here, as you can see there. I wish Ford would have done a little bit more. That maybe paint the acid green and blue stitching that they're actually, or the paints that they're doing, or the theme that's going on for this truck. I wish I would have done that here on the logo to kind of just give a little more look to it, or more pop. Here we got your 360-degree camera there as well with black mirrors. So really nice the way this truck is, as you can see, guys. Now, this Lobos do come basically fully loaded. We got a bed protection here in the back. We got your rear power window, and we also got the 400-watt inverter. We'll look at in just a second. So you can see, guys, here in the back, we got a really nice design. Of course, slightly updated for 2025. We got a bit of a darker taillights here, as you can see. That's pretty cool the way they are, those taillights. We got LED, of course, on those. Here in the back, we got a receiver hitch ready to go. You're basically capped out at 2,000 pounds like the Ford Maverick Tremor. I'm going to put that for you guys up on the screen to see what this specific Maverick Lobo tows. I think it's a 2,000 pounds if I'm correct, because it's got the special twin clutch differential on this one, as you can see. So we got nailed down, guys. We got basically a body color bumper. We got your sensor share in the back as well, as you can see. So that's pretty cool to have. We got the Maverick stamped into the door here, and we got the newer the more modern Ford logo there with the rear camera. Let's go ahead and open up the rear. Here you gotta hold that because this is not dampened, so you gotta hold it. If not, it's gonna slam down. So we have your 4-foot bed with protection that's already from the factory. So you get the Ford one. We got a lot of hooks, a lot of things, and we have a railing system here as well. We also got your 400-watt inverter with LED lighting. So this Lobo's come already fully loaded. We got a little bit extra storage space here on the side, kind of similar to the F-150. So really cool, very versatile. In terms of payload capacity, you're looking at about 1,030 pounds that you can put in this Ford Maverick Lobo. So not a lot of pounds. Obviously, this gets a little bit lowered compared to like the 1,300 pounds you can put in the other trucks, if I'm correct. So this is a little bit lower because of course, the suspension, the way this is tuned in. But really awesome truck, very small, fits in your garage. And this is just a little great truck to drive. I can't wait to drive it. I've not driven it at all, guys. So really cool the way this is. It's got a lot of accessories, as you can see there, from the factory. So let's go ahead and put this up, guys. It's really easy to put this up. As I mentioned, you gotta be careful with this because it's not dampened. And there we go. Let's go ahead and check out what's powering this Ford Maverick Lobo. Let's go ahead and open her up. We gotta just no hydraulic assistance, so we gotta grab your little hood rod and stick it right here where it's indicated. And here we have the 2-liter EcoBoost 4-cylinder turbocharged engine. This is producing 238 horsepower and 275 pound-feet of torque, going through, of course, a 7-speed special automatic transmission that this Ford Lobo has. Now that 7-speed transmission comes from, I believe, there's produced in 2 models, the European Ford Focus ST, which the Ford transferred over here to, and also I believe this transmission was used in the Ford Edge ST as well. Which is a 7-speed automatic transmission, better tuned for performance. So of course this is also going through the all-wheel drive system that this Ford Maverick Lobo has, especially tuned for the for performance, and especially with the twin clutch rear differential. So really cool, awesome power plant, guys. In terms of fuel economy, I think it's 21 city, 29 or 30 highway. I'm going to put those figures up on the screen. I just slightly lost the numbers on that, but and there we go, guys. Just a power plant for this Ford Maverick Lobo. Let's go ahead and drop our hood, get a little hood rod right back into place there. And here we go. And just before we go inside, guys, just taking a quick look at this new wheel and tire package over here in the back of the Ford Lobo. As you can see, guys, here we got the nice 19-inch wheel. Just are finishing gloss black. We got that Goodyear Wrangler 225mm Goodyear Territory HT tire. Now, as you can see, guys, this is basically the sport tune suspension on this Mavericks. As I mentioned, it's lowered in the rear about 1 inch and about 1/2 inch in the front. This is basically sport tune more for off-road handling. Obviously, I don't know if to put any bigger anti-sway bar on this at all. Of course, you guys know that this is a unibody, and this platform is shared with the Ford Escape and also the Bronco Sport. So it's got an independent suspension. This is a unibody truck, so it definitely is going to handle much better than a regular truck, for example. But obviously these trucks have been pretty fun to drive, even from the first one I drove a few years back with a 2-liter engine and all-wheel drive. It was really a base model. I actually found it pretty fun to drive. I can't wait to get behind the wheel of this Maverick Lobo. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, before we head in, let's go ahead and check out the sticker of this Ford Maverick Lobo. Now, as you can see, guys, we have the sticker here. I'm going to try to find it and see if I can put this sticker for you guys up on the screen much better instead of having a lot of the reflection. But as you can see, guys, here we have a Ford Maverick Lobo done in shadow black. Now, they started at just under $41,000, basically base price. The only options on this truck is basically the $100 different wheel package. As you can see there, instead of the aero wheels, we got this more of a traditional looking style, more performance wheel. And of course, we got that $225 for the code or your keys shocks here by the driver's side. We'll go in a second. So that's basically what it is. As in total price for this one is $42,670 for this Ford Maverick Lobo. So it's not cheap, obviously, but this is what it is, guys, with Ford pricing of these trucks. Quite a bit of truck, to be honest, for the money. It fits in your garage. You got powerful performance, 4-wheel drive, and you still got a small bed to do a lot of your things. But there you go, guys. Just the price of this Ford Maverick. Hey, while we're here, let's go ahead and check out the interior of this Maverick. Let's go ahead and open her up. Now, of course, this is a brand new truck, guys, and of course, the theme of this Maverick is usually this kind of blue themed interior. We actually got a blue handle here instead of an orange one on the regular Mavericks. So this is basically what's this kind of a Ford Performance blue. That's what I put in the truck. As you can see, they're really nice the way this is. Now, coming inside, guys, here, as you can see, we got still the regular functionality of the seats. They do go up, if I'm correct. You can also bring them down. We do have here a center armrest with cup holders. And as you can see, the stitching, this leather feels very soft. We got it acid green and a blue contrast stitching on the inside of this Ford Lobo. As you can see, they're really nice the way this is. We got also a rear automatic window, as you can see there, but pretty decent in size. I've been inside, guys. If you want to check out the interior of this one, check out my other videos. But really nice interior. They're pretty it's a little bit tight for me. I'm about 5'11", but it is still comfortable enough for a short trip. And as I mentioned, we do have also a sunroof on this girl. But there we go, guys. Here's the interior of this Ford Maverick here in the back seating area. Really nice truck, and I love the way the seats and especially the acid and blue contrast stitching looks really good. Let's go ahead, guys, and get to the front. And coming here to the driver's side of this Ford Maverick Lobo, as you can see, guys, here's a $220 basically dealer installed little code for it to get in. This usually used to be here on the door, which looks much better, but obviously Ford has not made this an option here for any of the Ford products for 2025. They actually have to dealer install it out here, as you can see there. So that's not that bad at all. Just still got comfort access, and of course we got heated and blind spot detection mirrors here. Let's go ahead and open her up. And coming here to this interior, as you can see, we got the blue theme interior. We got the blue accent door handle here with controls for your windows and mirrors. As you can see, guys, pretty nice the way all this looks. All kind of done in plastic. This is kind of the theme of this truck, so lowered, you know, more of a work truck, but with a little bit of performance. We got a little bit of a decent storage here on the side, and we got your Bang & Olufsen speaker. We got the built Ford Tough here on the side. And of course, you see we got the blue dash with a bit of black. Of course, it's all kind of more of a plasticky, but that's the way it is. But as you can see, guys, the steering wheel is done in leather with also the contrast stitching. As you can see, there looks really good. We got some accents here in blue on the AC vents instead of orange like the regular Ford Mavericks. And coming down here, as you can see, we got a manually tilting and telescoping steering wheel, control for lights, rear hatch here, rear door. There's your pedals there. We got your Maverick logo rubber floor mats, and we have your seats here. As you can see, guys, a little bit more, I think a little bit more bolstering than the regular seats, but the seats are fantastic. They are quite hot because they're in leather, and right now today it's about 85 degrees right now. You can tell they're pretty hot already, but I love that acid green and blue contrastation. It's kind of the same acid green they use in the Ford F-150 STX. I believe that's where they comes from. But you can see, guys, we got, I believe, 8 power-way seats or 10-way power seats in this Ford. It's got to be 10 and an 8-way power seat or a 6-way power seat for the driver's side, or a manual one for there. But there we go, guys. Here's the interior of this Ford Maverick. Let's go ahead and jump inside. And here we are inside of this Ford Maverick Lobo's interior, guys. Very nice interior. As you can see, guys, quite a bit different stitching on the seat and all that. A very nice covered leather steering wheel, as you can see there. But before we go on, let's go ahead and start her up because it's quite hot here today in Central Florida. I feel the heat, and I'm going to turn her on to get some AC coming into this cabin. Let's go ahead and put our Ford on brake, hit our start button, which is located down on here. And we're gonna have all our screens start up here. As you can see, guys, we got our 8-inch cluster and our 13.2-inch screen here for entertainment. So now we have a nice cool AC flowing into the cabin. But before we close the door, let's go ahead and see if we can hear a little bit of this 2-liter turbocharged engine. She does sound very nice. Let's go ahead and close the door. No sport exhaust at all. I believe that Ford did not put anything on this. Doesn't really sound like anything more. I recently drove the Ford Kia Forte GT. That definitely had a much louder exhaust. I'm sure maybe Ford Performance will sell you something much more louder for this Mavericks. But let's go ahead and close the door. Oh yeah, much better with this cool AC blowing into the cabin, guys. As you can see, it says on there we're about 99 Fahrenheit, so it's quite hot here in Central Florida right now. In the mornings we're down into the higher 50s, but it does get pretty hot in the afternoon, as you can see there. So just a quick overall interior refresh of this Ford Maverick Lobo, guys. As I mentioned before, I reviewed this interior before on the Ford Mavericks. Please check out my browse my channel to see the 2025 interior review. But just a quick overall, guys, 13.2-inch screen here for your entertainment, 8-inch cluster here for your cluster or your information. You got a nice leather covered steering wheel here for this Ford Maverick Lobo, as you can see, with the blue and acid green stitching here on the window. Really nice the way this feels on your hands. Now we got some blue accents here on your AC vents here in the center as well. So very nice interior overall. Basically the same type of theme interior. We got bluish, we got black leather cover seats here with the Lobo, as I mentioned before, with the contrast stitching. We got a standard sunroof on this Ford Lobos as well, which is awesome. I wish Ford did a little bit different color or different theme here for this Sport Lobo. I wish I would have done this in like an Alcantara or a darker Alcantara. Would look fantastic, but it's not bad overall. So as you can see here, we got controls here for your sunroof as well there, and you can put it up there, and I'm sure this will also tilt up, as you can see there. Oh no, that's not tilting up. Actually, you can going this way front. So you do lose your sunglass holder here for this controls for your sunroof. Here we got also controls here for your lights all around. No home link or nothing like that, as you can see there, but we do have a mirror there as well, and we have, of course, your rear view mirror. Coming down here, guys, as you can see, we got your glove box. Just a quick overall view. As I mentioned, your screen, we got Apple CarPlay, Android Auto on this Sync 4 system. Also navigation, we got ambient lighting, and of course we got all the controls here for your AC here located on the bottom of the screen. When you first start the car, if it doesn't unload, you're not going to see your controls at the moment. Unfortunately, they put all the controls for the AC into the screen, so there's no basically buttons at all except for the max AC button, and that's it. But all your controls are basically stuck into the screen, which you have to get used to. Just a little kind of, I don't really like that at all, but something you have to get used to. It is a dual zone AC, as you can see there, and we also have heated steering wheel and heated front seats as well. So coming in here, you see we got your Pro Trailer controller right there. We got extra buttons here for your hazards, max AC, got a camera button right there. As you can see, that we got a really nice rear view camera, and also controls here for basically your radio as well. We got the manual control here as well, or manual volume control. And before we hit the stereo, guys, we do have an 8-speaker Bang & Olufsen system that's centered on this Maverick Lobos, and it does sound pretty good as I can hear it. Very, very nice, much better sounding, clearer quality of stereo in this Lobo. And then here, guys, in the very bottom, we got, of course, your start-stop button. We got a 12-volt connection, USB ports. Here's your little button here to open up your rear window in the back there. Wireless charging pad, little extra storage space right there. We got your 7-speed dial here for your transmission. Cup holder, as you can see where my phone is right there. We got a button here for your parking brake, automatic start top, and of course your traction control button right there. All the drive modes are located here on this side, guys. If you go to drive modes, of course we're normal. We got tow and haul, we got sport as well, which I missed there. We have a slight off-road or Lobo. This is basically your track section right there. As you can see, we got a little racetrack there, so that's definitely gonna make you be able to drift and just basically have a lot of the traction control off. But we're gonna try that today because we're not in a racetrack at all. We're gonna leave it on sport, but here on the going to the left, we got eco, and we also got like a slippery mode as well, as you can see there. So we're actually gonna go back and we are gonna put it in sport button, so you have a little more sport demeanor. We also got some pedal shifters here in the back as well for your 7-speed automatic transmission. So pretty cool the way that is, guys. We got, of course, controls here for your cruise control, and everything else here controls your center cluster. So there we go, guys. Here's the interior of this Ford Maverick Lobo. Very nice interior. As I mentioned, guys, really nice the way everything is. So we got a little extra storage space here on the center console. We got a little more of that contrast stitching, and we got a little more opening there, but basically no any types of connections there at all, just basically just a storage space right there. But overall, a very nice interior. Love that we have a sunroof on this girl. And but there we go, guys. Here's the interior of this 2025 Ford Maverick Lobo. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and go out for a test drive. Now we're on sport mode, as I mentioned before. Let's go ahead and put our reverse camera real quick here. You got your 360-degree camera there as well, with sensors front and rear as well. So very nice the way this is, guys. You got directory lines. So a very nice camera system that's force pointing on this truck. So of course you can come here, you can put just basically your hitch, or you got the split-way seating. Really nice different camera angles that you can put in your Maverick here. So that's really nice to have. Let's go ahead, guys, and go forward. And all right, let's head out and check out how this Maverick Lobo drives. So very excited, guys, to get behind the wheel of this truck. They can definitely feel the suspension is definitely stiffer. It's a little more, you can definitely tell off right off the bat that this thing is just stiffly sprung, a little bit better, more direct. Also forgot to mention, but this does have a sport, actually let's go this way here. This does have a sport tuned steering rack as well. So this does have, you can tell that the steering is a little bit stiffer right off when you take off, especially driven the other two Tremor Maverick, or Maverick Tremor and the regular Tremor. So you can tell, yeah, this one does have much, definitely has more, I would say sturdier, but definitely a heavier steering feeling. And that is tuned especially for this Ford Maverick Lobo. All right, let's go ahead, guys, and check out. We're on sport mode, as I mentioned. So different 7-speed automatic transmission. I believe this comes also from the Ford Edge ST, and Ford mentioned this comes from the Ford Focus ST from Europe. So it's a definitely more sport tuned 7-speed automatic. And this truck is turning. Let's go ahead, guys, and go. So smooth transmission so far. You can definitely tell that this is you can definitely feel a little bit of turbo whistle from the engine. I don't know if Ford's tuned that a little bit into the noises that this Lobo makes. Wow, she does feel great though. Very taut right off the what I can feel. Very quiet. Obviously doesn't have any sport tuned exhaust on this, although I'm sure Ford will come up with something from Ford Performance that will be available to their website. But so far this is pretty quiet, very quiet. Not much road noise at all. Nobody behind us, nobody in front. Make sure there's no alarm from us. Yeah, oh yeah, this thing definitely feels very similar to the Ford very similar to the Kia Forte GT that I drove. That was a pretty stiff and very good feeling drive for that car. Especially this feels very much like it. very sit down on that. Also feels great. Obviously we got Ford Copilot 360 kind of going crazy because I'm doing all these kinds of things, and I'm you know, the lane keep assist is going nuts. But wow, this thing does feel good. Let me just this has only got 18, barely 20 miles on it, just under 20 miles this truck, so I'm not gonna push it, but I'm just trying off the brakes a little bit here. Yep, good brakes. Now from I mentioned, guys, the brakes do come, they're a little bit bigger rotors and different bigger calipers, 2-piston calipers that come from the Ford Focus ST as well. So you have more performance tuned brakes, of course the handling, the suspension, and yeah, so everything's perfectly tuned. And of course you got the all-wheel drive. I don't think it's very similar to the Ford Focus RS, more into the it's kind of a mix in between, if I'm correct, because I think you can definitely oversteer this truck a little bit, especially in the track mode. Let's see how this turns. She does push a little bit. Yeah, she does push a little bit. It's a little harder than I should have, but she does push. But that's basically normal understeer that's kind of put into this truck. So obviously you can probably get the rear to turn around, but that's on a different level. On basically on track mode you can probably do that, but she does handle it. She just turned more than usual for a truck, I should have said. But the ride does feel it's very nice and comfortable, but it does feel more taut. Really good. Ford did a good job with the suspension tuning. It's kind of hard to tune a truck like this, you know, to make it handle and be comfortable as well, not too stiff, or, you know, running like a buckboard, like a race car. And then you have a lot of people say, "No, this is too stiff for me," which is it's a little on the stiffer side, but not uncomfortable for daily driving, which is very hard to accomplish. But in terms of the brakes do feel nice and solid pedal, which I love. So those brakes do definitely have good bite and feel confidence inspiring. There's somebody behind us. I want to kind of slow down a little bit and see if I can give it a little bit of punch. Since we had a truck go by, we give a little punch here. Yeah, she's got some good torque, and she does go. I mean, it's a brand new engine, but plenty of power from this 2-liter EcoBoost engine. I'm sure we can definitely mod it a little bit, you know, make a little more horsepower out of it with a bit of tune. But she does feel great though. The truck feels very stable, very taut, feels definitely very capable for sure. Up here in the street you can't really push it, but, and of course it's still a brand new engine and still breaking in, but wow, it feels fantastic. It feels really nice, and it just feels buttoned down to the street, I'm sure, to the road here. I'll smack it a little bit. Yeah, it just does. I do feel like this thing is understeering a little bit more than it should, but maybe just rotating a little bit more. But she does hold her own though. And you can hear a little bit of the turbo there. Yeah, very impressive. I just have to get used to the way this drives. It does have it drives very fun. It's very capable. Yeah, this thing is better suited for a more larger racetrack than in the street, but it is fun on the track though. I mean, on the street. Yeah, you can tell this thing is pretty stiff. Yes, it does seem to be a tail happy once you have the right settings, but obviously not here on the street. But I like way it feels. It feels nice and taut. Yeah, it just does feel good though. I'm sure once this breaks in, it's gonna feel much better for sure. Brakes have a really nice feeling too, nice and progressive, good pads. I love the way this feels. Oh, nice big hole there. She just seems to have been tuned a little bit more of a sporting induction noise, like a turbo noise on it. Definitely feel that way. And nobody coming, we're sure. Let's go ahead and go out and get a little bit of power here. She's got some good power. It goes right away. Good torque on this engine. Also, we lost some horsepower for 2025, but that torque pushed her really nice out. And plenty of quick. This thing is still breaking in, as I mentioned. And she handles very good. It does feel like she's got a bit of understeer pushing her. Maybe just the brand new tires that really haven't braked in yet. So obviously the suspension is tuned very nice. I really like the way this thing feels. It's good. And if we turn in a little bit here, yeah, she does turn good, but I think the tires are still brand new and they gotta break them in a little bit as well. But let me know what you guys think of this 2025 Ford Maverick Lobo. $43,000. You know, it's a great truck. Definitely something different out on the road. It reminds me of the older trucks in the late 90s that used to be that popular, you know, off-road, you know, excuse me, that popular, you know, lowering of trucks with the wheels and painting them in, you know, in kind of Miami colors. Really, I was a part of that area as well. So this kind of reminds me of that. It's really cool that Ford's building something like this. There's really no other competition to this at all right now at the moment, to be honest. So Ford really has something special here on their hands. Once again, guys, very much a big thank you to Bartow Ford for allowing me some time with this Maverick Lobo. It's basically the first one that comes in. I believe this was ordered by somebody, but they did not buy it, so they backed up out of the buy. So, but this is a fantastic truck. Very cool, very fun. Looks like you can definitely push it quite a bit. Obviously, it's still brand new, so I'm not gonna push it all. But let me know what you guys think of this 2025 Lobo Maverick, or Maverick Lobo, excuse me. It's worth the money. I believe it is. Definitely a great truck. Yeah, the brakes feel good. Handling feels taut. Very solid feeling truck, to be honest. It feels definitely more refined with the suspension and a different steering rack as well. Just makes the feeling and then the experience that much better. All right, guys, once again, thank you very much for being here with me. If you guys haven't done so, please subscribe, hit the like button. I hope you guys been enjoying this type of videos, and I will see you guys and catch you in the next one. Thank you very much for being with me, guys. Take care and have a great day. Bye-bye.